yalla dili duli dalla dili.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Good Show, powered by Asus, where the host just got out of the shower and Trance is mad.
How long is it going to take for your hair to poof out?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the way that as soon as I sit down here, Mingo, you come back to me, I love you, you soft cat. And also we talk about esports. Hello, Semmler, how's it going?
Not bad, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fucked, to be honest. I don't know what you sold me over there, Draskyl, but damn, that knocked me out.
No one in this house can be held responsible for anything, so it's not really a surprise.
And of course, we've got Draskyl and Weppas that will be kicking it off in our little corner of awesome, because we're going to start with Dota 2. And then we're going to move on to other such esporty things. And you right there, Trance?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
I heard you building the studio.
Yeah.
Warm my little heart.
Yeah.
Where's your mic?
Where's your mic, man? Come on.
Where's your camera?
I don't have... You motherfuckers stole my camera.
We didn't
Some-
steal your
Didn't steal
camera.
the camera.
Yeah.
I don't understand it's something we do.
Cameras keep
Never.
disappearing in this house.
Studio is sacrosanct, man. We don't touch anything down here.
Oh, I might have the camera. It was my snow cam on my stream, I think.
Yeah. So blame it on us. It's you.
Yeah.
Blame it on us. Nice
Somehow
one,
it's all
Trance.
related to Weppas. We can all agree. The
Oh,
criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
Pretty
Somehow.
much.
Right.
Yeah, chat's pretty active. Red Eye's in there. What's up, Red Eye? Go listen to Duran Duran.
Hello, Red Eye. All right, cool. Yeah, so Newman can't be here today. We assume he's playing DayZ with Hellspawn.
We missed his bus.
Hey, we missed his bus.
No, the bus never showed. Some shit like that. It was something that he had no control over. But he was just like, fuck it, going home. So, Newman's home right now.
That's how much the show means to him.
He's just doing his thing.
Yeah, so what we'll be doing on the show is obviously we're going to start with Dota 2, going to go into some StarCraft, cover as much possible, just everything in esports. This weekend there was, of course, 4 Open and the NASL finals for both of them, so Adebisi will probably be back talking about NASL. And I'm going to extend the show.
Really?
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm going to do The Good Show, powered by Asus, even though it doesn't say Asus. If you wait a minute, it will be patient, Semmler.
Flip. It'll flip. If we wait here long enough, there we
Yay! Powered by these lovely people. Actually, they've got a Facebook competition going on right now for a graphics card. I saw it come up because I liked them on Facebook. So you can go to facebook.com/ROG Nordic. I'm not high or drunk, by the way. Everyone assumes I am, and it's a big problem. It's very difficult for me to get into clubs and bars. Constantly getting stopped. I don't know. And so I'm going to extend the show after we talk about the stuff. I'm going to do the meeting.
All right.
Well, I'm bored, Semmler.
All right.
Because I haven't been able to tell anybody anything for ages. I'm like a girl. I'm like, I want to
can't
tell
hold it
you,
back
I want to
anymore,
tell
man.
you my secrets.
Are we going to go get pillows and, sit
Nah,
down here
you're
with
not,
them?
you're not going to be here. Just me.
That's how meetings go.
My meeting. It's me talking to chat. So I will show some. I will tell you what's going on because this might be the last show of the year. By the way, me and Trance we're like very tired. Trance was like, I'm too tired to listen to you. What did you say? I was like, I'm very tired, Trance. And he was like, well, I can't. I'm too tired to listen. I had to write it down. He didn't read it. Gave it to his girlfriend. She told him. He wrote back.
She
He
hand
said,
that to you
I'm
too?
very tired too. Maybe we'll make this the last show and of just December, and then take a break and get everything organised, because we got a lot of work to do to prepare for 2013. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Are you ready for the show, Weppas?
Yeah, I guess.
Brilliant.
Born ready.
Looking very handsome. How long does it take you to grow that kind of facial hair?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like what? It's been like 2 weeks since you shaved the beard, Dress?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, week and a half, 2 weeks-ish.
Give or take.
Decent 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe a little bit past that point now.
Yeah, looks good. Sharp.
Sounds good. Okay.
Brilliant.
Ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. You do it.
All right. So,
I'm just going to be here.
all right, cool.
You got a document up, right?
I do. Dun, dun, dun.
I wrote it.
So we might as well start off with Thor Open, seeing as how that was the event that we actually took care of this week. This last weekend, Good Studio was handling the production for Thor Open. It was happening here in Stockholm. Event that covered a lot of different games. The first of its kind here, or of its own, basically. It was the kind of start-off event for them. They got a bunch of different competitive games. League of Legends, Dota 2, StarCraft 2, Counter-Strike, Go, amongst others. And there was a big hoo-ha. There was a lot going down, actually, because there was a lot of action. There was surprisingly a great number of viewers tuning in. The games were great as far as we're concerned, up until the finals in particular. But seeing as how we have Draskyl and Weppas here, we might as well start off with the Dota 2 and really get into that, seeing as how both of you guys were the commentators for that stuff. And Mingles is like...
Don't get distracted, dude. That's what she tries to do.
I know, man. She's
She's
this is the
evil.
whole point. She comes onto the show and sits there.
And acts cuter than normal. You attention whore.
She's prego again. There's no doubt now.
Just continue. Apparently, Semmler's mic. Something's wrong with Semmler's mic, Trance. Restart the show.
Someone's wrong with my mic.
Show.
Trance is going to fix it.
Trance,
That's
What's
Semmler
up,
solo.
No, I can't.
you looking good? You fine Romanian boy? Yeah? Alright, so Dota 2 had the tournament. 8 teams qualified. There were 8 qualifications. This was already a point in their favor, seeing as how basically the best teams available got into the tournament to compete. What did you guys think of that already, having 8 qualifying tournaments to get into it?
I think most of the time, going forward, having qualifications is probably going to be the way to go. Even for the international, too, they had a couple of slots that you could qualify for. And in reality, you want the best possible games. You don't, I mean, having brand is obviously very important for sponsors and things like that, be able to get all regions basically in your tournament. But in terms of just having the best games, being able to have qualifications that everyone can actually compete in, it just ensures that the games are usually going to be high quality. As far as the 8 teams who actually made it in Go, I don't really think that there's much of a surprise as to the outcome. Obviously, Fnatic finished in first place, and they beat out No Tidehunter in the finals. But those 2 teams being in the finals, most people would have told you that was probably going to be the outcome from the get-go. Maybe Pulse made it in instead of one of those 2 teams, but I would say everything pretty much went as expected.
Yeah, I remember us talking about this last week, and those were pretty much your predictions going into it. However, between No Tidehunter and Fnatic coming out on top, wasn't everybody kind of leaning towards No Tidehunter to take that, seeing as how they just won DreamHack?
Well, what I heard was they were actually a little bit under-practiced, and the people that I talked to from Fnatic, we actually had Eris staying at the house for a day. He was actually waiting to go back home, but he told me that they really felt a little bit uncoordinated during a couple of the games. And I would kind of agree with that, especially the game where they played Gyrocopter, and he ended up getting a rapier, which was the only way he could possibly get back into the game.
2 rapiers or something in the last game?
I think it was 2 rapiers. I think one of them changed hands. He farmed one, Loda farmed 1 rapier, and then he lost it, gave it to Sven, and then farmed another one. But the irony of the second rapier was that anybody who watched the game will tell you that he didn't really get to do anything with it, because Hani managed to get a 3-man versus Polarity Skewer, and then Sven happened. 3,000 crit, and the game was pretty much over at that point. But getting to that situation where you basically have to make a rapier is already way behind in the first place, so it was kind of a last-ditch effort. I really kind of felt the same, though. Their team play just didn't really seem to be there for me during the group stages. They didn't really have much of what I would say a real test up until they got basically to the semifinals and the finals, and they just really didn't perform. So I was maybe not disappointed, but I was pretty impressed with Fnatic EU's performance.
Now, this is the Fnatic team that just switched over from Han as well, and 2 months ago they were getting laughed out. Teams were picking Spirit Breaker against them, stuff like that. And all of a sudden,
EG did that, didn't they?
EG
The
showed them
showmatch,
with
yeah.
Spirit Breaker and destroyed them. So you'd feel like the Fnatic team is actually coming up to snuff now. Like they're getting up to that level.
Even Ira was saying like he felt that Eternal Envy was like a little bit cocky just in the ban and drafts because he was like insta banning and insta picking stuff, and then they were like, has he got a plan? And then all of a sudden they like in the first game they banned Void, and they were just like, well, we just won the game or whatever they were like looking into. So I don't know if Eternal Envy also gave them the kind of notability as a team
kind of weird
that they were, because the
cocky.
bans and picks were definitely in Fnatic's favor.
Yeah, but like overall, going into the tournament, it was kind of everybody thought No Tidehunter probably would win, but like talking to the players, of course they were motivated to win, but not as motivated as for DreamHack. On the other hand, Fnatic was like practicing a lot before the tournament, really trying to win that tournament, so they just wanted it a lot more than No Tidehunter wanted it. So I mean,
you think the prize pool would also kind of reflect that, seeing as how
the prize pool was the same.
5 times.
First place was the same as for DreamHack.
Yeah. It was like 15K, 3K.
Yeah.
Big difference there. You want to actually fucking win door open. But Weppas, what did you think about the games? Actually, we heard Draskyl's opinion. Are you of like mind?
Well, it was kind of like almost all of the games were really one-sided. It's like you knew who would win pretty much every game. Like the first 20 minutes could start off in one favor, and then the team you thought would win actually just won the game because they came back and just won the game. And I don't think we had, in all of the best of threes, okay, we had 2 best of threes since we only casted one of the semifinals, but both of them were 2-0 wins, and at least 1 or 2 of the game, I think 2 of the games in 2 different best of 3 series, which is like 25-minute stomps or something.
Yeah, if everyone's going, what the fuck's going on with the document, you are, and Transfer, that was Mingles. She was using the enter key today. Today's key is enter, wasn't it, Mingles? Yes,
I feel like we're watching an episode of Sesame Street here.
Yes, he was. So, high five. Pow. To talk about 4 Open outside of Dota 2. No, not outside. Well, I was just going to talk generally about the event. Should we not do that now?
Fine.
What do you mean, fine? Whenever any of my ex-girlfriends used to say fine, trans, it wasn't fine.
I'm not your fucking girlfriend.
Just saying, trans.
That's why you need a mic.
You're the closest thing I've got. So is it fine, trans?
Keep talking.
I don't know. Feels like a trap. All right then, so of course 4 Open, it was his first finals and debut in 2012, and as you guys mentioned, it had qualifiers before. It probably didn't get as many top caliber teams in as opposed to the prize money, despite, just because it was his first time round. But it was good games, as you know, Fnatic won. To talk about the event, we did the production. Ta-da! Me and Trance sat in the production room, shouting at each other. Trance told me to get the fuck out, or something, I think, at one point. Because basically what happened was, I got to give Trance a good amount of credit here. Trance is like, we're doing instant replays in the game. And I'm like, I was like, no offense. I was like, Trance, you don't have the knowledge in professional Dota 2 to know when you can show them, because you don't, like, things can happen very quickly after a fight. And he's like, no, it's alright, I've got it. I'm just going to do it on like first blood and when a fight comes with 3 or more kills. I was like, oh, it's a good rule of thumb. And then, but I did feel the need to kind of sit around with my feet up, just kind of shouting, going, play it now! And remove it. And Trance is like, shut the fuck up, I know what I'm doing. And he's hitting all the bones back there.
But it was not only that. We literally had 10 or 15 people in the production room.
Yeah, there was like
people
10 to 15
talking, people doing whatever. I just wanted to like stab them all and put them in body bags out of the room. So it was not really production room. So next time we're going to make... I talked to Krongest already. Next time we do a production, where we're going to build a cage for us, like monkeys.
No, you're not going to have
It's going to be blocked off so nobody can go in and out.
I just see... No, that's not like techie enough for you, man. I see like fucking
one you had at
passcodes
Aces
and
was good.
cards to get into the room.
Yeah.
It's going to be the command room, command center.
Yeah, so anyway, Trance did pull off with the assistance of lots of other people shouting, some instant replays, which are very cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the production. We tried doing them in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that was the thing. It sounds a lot like what you were doing in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, but the trouble is like there was a new guy behind the production thing learning, and he had someone else in his ear, and then he had me in his ear, and then the Counter-Strike Go guy, when Victor, when someone got 2 kills, he would like change POV, and I'm like, no, see if he gets this and an ace, and then so that was okay as well, but overall, yeah, we enjoyed. Trance enjoyed playing with his little knob while watching Dota 2. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. So we produced it. So I think the online section of the tournament was pretty stellar. The numbers were good, and the feedback was good from all the communities. For Open, people were like, "Oh, there's not much of a crowd there," because there wasn't. I mean, there must have been a cinema room that was used only on the final day. And
it was like hidden off to the side.
I think that had like 250 seats, and there were about 10, 20 people in there.
I don't know. I don't think anybody knew that they could go there because it was just like a door, and you walk past the door, and you're like, "Wait, there's lights in there," and you kind of poke your head around. It's like seats and a projector and shit, but there's nothing saying that here you can watch the games here. So,
but the cool thing is with 4 Open, and what people need to understand, and the reason I wanted everyone to show their support if they could, is that 4 Open are part of a really big network of companies, and like a media group, and they have huge access to a big amount of sponsors. Like CD-ON is pretty huge, and
Dell, Intel, Microsoft, all that.
So in many ways, I think the players pretty much enjoyed it. Apart from they could only sit down, the group of players that were playing that round of games, which is not unsimilar to DreamHack anyway. And then the PCs were fine, actually. And even though they had PC problems, it was actually the new version of Windows. It was like Windows.
They were all on Windows 8.
And apparently some of the admins hadn't been like used to Windows 8. So when some players had problems, everyone was just going, "What do we do?" I don't know.
It's the same thing with Snoop. Fucking hell.
Yeah, okay. Some guys saying they played that it was awesome. So apparently, like, I thought the setup was pretty good for the players. So it was a very under-attended event live and pretty good online. But the good thing is because 4 Open have the potential to be quite a huge entity within esports with just the infrastructure of that media group and also the amount of sponsors they can bring in. I think you guys showed a really good amount of support to them. And there's talks of them coming back and doing a lot of stuff next year. Yeah.
Wow. Went up, 1,200 likes on their Facebook page? We know that's what matters.
Yeah, they got like 1,500 likes overall. So we'll see what they're going to do next year. Yeah, that was good. So there you go. That's some about the event. And then we'll talk about NASL with Adebisi, etc. Let's continue the Dota news, because we have guests in the corner. You still there, guys?
Barely. Like you, I woke up about 10 minutes before we actually
I didn't think you were going to come on the
show,
show, man. You were up all night playing games with what's his... oh, God, that's embarrassing. I forgot his name. Tony,
yeah. Well, we played a couple of games, and I went to sleep, and I walk around the corner from PC area, and I turned to my right, and I heard this noise, and I couldn't really figure out what it was. And then I realized it was you, because you had just passed out on where I usually sleep, and I looked down, and I was like, well, I guess I'm sleeping somewhere else.
I was hoping, maybe you'd join me.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a single mattress, and I don't think I would have been able to get on there comfortably. So I apologize.
I would have tried to accommodate. So back in Dota 2, the Asia group draw tournament schedule for December 22nd to the 23rd. Weppas,
you missed one.
No, fuck you. I'd go back to that.
Okay.
I missed one. That's true.
Fucking Newman. He's not here to ruin our document. Look at this.
Yeah, no.
I'm messing with our
You ruined my
everywhere.
segment now, Trans. Let me start again.
Alright,
Be all professional. So back in Dota 2. The Asia group draw tournament and schedule is for December the 22nd and 23rd. Over to Weppas for more on the matter.
Oh yeah, they draw the groups. They drew the groups. And, well, most notably, you can say that Group A got LGD, MUFC, N9.
Yeah, we can show it on my screen while you talk about it.
And then Group B, of course, got Zenith, Orange, and Myth Trust, who are probably the 3 strongest team in that. So, like you said, going to be played on 22nd, 23rd of December. And I have no idea where it's going to be streamed.
Who's organising this? I mean...
I don't know. There's
wait.
Rapture Gaming.
Isn't there Asia? That used to be a LAN event. In Singapore or somewhere. Wait, where's the website? Links.
RaptureGaming.net.
Oh, fuck it, I'll click it.
Asia.
The Asia. Yeah. I think that's a LAN event. Yeah, it's in Malaysia, sorry. Yep, it's an expo. Okay. I've had this on my radar forever. I completely forgot about it. But yeah, this is actually going to be a LAN event, so that would be good to see. I'm sure they have good coverage. I'm not sure who's going to do the English commentary, but really close to Christmas. Huh?
Is there good money involved in this? They're saying it's potentially the biggest LAN in Asia. Is there a big payoff?
What? There's so much information about this. It's amazing. But DPM is going. If you know DPM, she's awesome.
Yes.
So she can probably tell us more. Oh, there's a picture of me with awesome hair.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm seeing a lot of Toby.
Oh, it's Toby doing it.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, cool. All right.
They even got the shirt.
Oh, Toby and Gods.
Toby and Gods and 30K.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's really close to Christmas, but that should be one to watch.
I'm surprised as well, since they've said that 6.77 was supposed to be released before Christmas as well. And that's supposedly when Drow and Centaur is going to be put into Captain's mode. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like right before the tournament, if so.
Oh, really?
But I guess they might change something up. Because it would be good to have like most of the tournaments finished, put in 6.77, have a break for Christmas and New Year's. People can try them out in Captain's mode and then have for new tournaments. But we'll see if it's even going to get released. Freaking Mingles.
Mingles, you're going to get stuck under the monitor if you go like that. She just rolled over. Anyway. High five. I don't know why.
She's hungry?
She wants to eat me. I'm the only one that feeds you. Anyway. So, in other Dota 2 news, Evil Geniuses have announced Season 2 of their raid called Dota 2 League, as it's called raid called D2L. The participating teams are going to be Team Empire, Evil Geniuses, Na'Vi, Team Dignitas, Mouse Sports Fnatic, Team Liquid, because they're a new pickup, which we'll talk about. Pulse Esports, we has Asian, DD Dota, MTW, and also no Tidehunter. And a decent amount of prize pool as well, $10,000. And that is actually going to be starting in December. So that's also something that's starting pretty soon to Christmas. And Draskyl, you probably know more because you covered the Season 1.
Well, in terms of teams, we got a better roster this time.
Stacked.
Much better. So we pretty much have all the teams outside of China that everybody's going to be looking forward to watch. And since it's like an ongoing thing, they want to continue to do these little leagues throughout the year, even though it's $10,000 prize pool, which you say, well, yeah, lands are more, but this is consistent. It's going to be pretty much all the time from now on. Obviously, Aaron and I casted the first D2L. We had pretty good feedback, pretty good showing. I think during the finals we reached about the same numbers, like 15, 16,000 seems to be pretty average for most of those tournaments. But now you have basically every single big North American and European team inside of one tournament. A couple of teams are kind of brand new. I'd say MTW probably being the more notable one. Cinder and managed to make a new team. They haven't really had an opportunity to prove themselves yet, so I'm looking forward to see how they do. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say who's actually casting it or not, so I'm going to keep that on the deal, because if you look on the site, it actually doesn't mention who's going to be casting it, but looking forward to it at the very least.
Can't do that, man. You're going to bring this up, you're going to be like, I know the information, but...
I do actually know the information, but I have to withhold I don't want to get yelled at again. I got an F last time for when I said it, even though I thought every single person knew. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to cast the first season, and then they're like, no, you can't say that.
Can't say that.
So,
don't want to pull a Toby.
Yeah.
Aye. Well, I mean, this looks good. I mean, as you said, man, you got every top team here in North America and Europe. This is going to be sick. It's a pity the prize pool isn't a little bit bigger. Would be nice for Christmas, but this is looking good.
I like the consistency, basically, of the league. Usually it was 5 best-of-3s a week, and it was kind of a round-robin-ish style. Everyone basically played each other, and then you got to the nitty-gritty, which is the semifinals, quarterfinals, and stuff, and then ultimately the grand finals. And I think that this D2L is going to be much better in terms of competition because so many teams pulled out. We originally wanted to invite basically the same teams that you had for this season and season 1, but I want to say 3 or 4 of them actually ended up pulling out, so a couple of people had to sub in. And while the games were still okay for the most part, you don't really want to wait the entire season to start seeing like really, really good games. I think from the get-go now, you're going to have good games basically every single week no matter what.
And how long is it going to last? How long did the first season last?
It lasted around 2.5, 3 months. I think mid to the end of March is when we're going to see the end of, I think, the group stages, the preliminaries, and then you're going to start getting into the playoffs. So it's going to be an extended league. But like I said, you're going to get a lot of games on a daily basis. So if you like watching North American/European Dota and all the best teams, then it's going to be a really good tournament to watch.
Yeah, definitely worthwhile to tune in. That's actually quite good to see that there's going to be a bit more extended. Hopefully, we'll be able to build a story along and actually, drive viewership based off of that. Again, just wish the prize was a little bit bigger, seeing as how it is such a long league, going into it. But yeah, no, that's definitely going to be quite good to see. Might as well move on to our next topic.
Yeah.
Dota 2. You want to take it?
So Tencent, which is Riot's parent company, apparently. We're flaming Dota 2 on QQ.com. So I can actually bring up the post here. That's on dotaland.net. I just skimmed over it once before, but Riot is owned by a Chinese company called Tencent. And I believe, haven't they got something to do with QQ anyway, Tencent and QQ?
Yeah, that's their main site for publishing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like their home
QQ
site.
is like the Google of over in Asia, right? And it's owned by Tencent, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but I know Tencent owns QQ anyway.
Okay.
And that's where they post all their news and whatever.
All right. So apparently they were like claiming how Valve was, basically saying Dota 2 was the most expensive game, that Valve was just selling it for $100 each. And they also mentioned, I believe I read a little bit down there, how their Steam is going to just basically care about nothing else apart from making money, even though apparently Tencent have their own version of Steam because they distribute games that they've kind of copied. And it's kind of weird to have a bit of an anti-Dota 2 post by Tencent, who are the competitor, and actually got removed, the post on QQ. And but it was saved and put onto dotaland.net. Pretty fucked up. Doesn't surprise me. Has something to do with Riot. But yeah, there's been a lot of efforts by Valve to get into China and also neighboring, countries over in Asia as well. So maybe Tencent are feeling the pressure. Maybe someone got mad.
Could be.
Could be.
Sometimes you get into those pub games.
The best thing to do, rather than take what I'm gibberishing at you, is Trance will put the post in chat, and then you guys can read it for your own. Because it's, when it comes to this stuff, it's better that you just read it and make your own opinion up. But yeah, Tencent posts an article on QQ flaming Dota 2 and quickly removes it, but it was saved. And there's also some counter flames. Fun times. Normally it would be big news if we knew the people behind doing it, but we don't. Yeah.
It's no worse than a typical game of Dota 2 anyway. You just get flamed by your teammates, some Russians inside of the game. Not really too shocked. I think Dota 2 players in general and Valve are going to have a thicker skin than I just look at a post and be like, oh yeah, this is horrible, slanderous. But I guess there was a response, so I'd have to actually read it myself. Probably should do that.
There was a response. It was responding to all the claims. Or you mean a response from Tencent?
Yeah, no,
No,
it was
no,
a
response from
Oh, to Tencent, right?
Yeah.
from
Yeah, but it
the
wasn't
Dota site that.
Yeah,
Dota
the
Land on that.
UUU9 or whatever,
Mhm, yeah.
or something from there, and they were like,
But it's all on the page.
Yeah.
It's worth reading if
Go
you're
read
into Dota 2 and you hate League of Legends, because it will probably just make you feel better about yourself. I'm saving that one for later. All right, so next in the news is Starladder Season 4. Online coming to a close, so we'll be going to LAN finals soon. LAN finals are going to be December the 20th to 23rd. People love these kind of dates.
Yeah.
The 4 teams for the finals are known. They're going to be Na'Vi, Team Empire, Team Virtus Pro, and also Fnatic. Is it only 4 teams to the finals?
I guess there is.
I believe so, yeah. I think it's
Holy
only
shit.
just the 4
They
teams.
used to do 8.
Yeah.
But then they got pissed off with the Americans.
GG.
And they were like, fuck the Americans. They're like, we're having no more of Americans. We're only
Yeah.
We're doing an international tournament for Russian gamers and 1 slot available for
Random
Europeans.
Euros.
What is, what are they doing?
What's he doing?
He's playing
He's
Dota
streaming
2, I
stuff,
think.
He's playing Dota 2.
He's playing Dota.
But yeah, that's interesting, just because Starladder, you still have a great finals with Na'Vi, Team Empire, Virtus Pro, and also Fnatic. But it's kind of weird because they've dropped from 8 teams going to the finals down to 4.
I think it's surprising because
Why is there multiple... Oh, it's
What?
me and Trance just married.
what the fuck? I want to see.
People are ruining the Dota segment with funny pictures.
That's a good one, though.
Right. We're going to ignore that. Because that's too close
But yeah,
to comfort. Too
I
close
think
to
it's
comfort.
surprising because wasn't it like the 2nd episode or something of Talk Dota where Vilat was on, and he said for season 4 they're gonna have like a bigger prize pool, or was it for next year that we're
Yeah,
gonna
but
have it?
they seem to be... Starladder seem to be kind of
Because
making things smaller.
Yeah.
Plateauing.
I don't know, because they were supposed to maybe get like government support and have
Yeah, they have 4
but
events a
I don't
year.
know. I thought it was for season 4 as well. The finals, they were supposed to have more money and be able to travel the teams over, but maybe they just cut it down to 4 teams and they can bring them over.
I mean, it's still like one of the best events that we have in Dota 2 because if you look at it, the prize money, it's big enough to justify a LAN tournament. And actually, it might be a good thing to only have 4 teams there if there's no prize money for the kind of, 5th to 8th place normally. That's something that I would consider. Like, okay, you got to join Dota, it's all online, right? And then you've got Starladder, and it's like, do teams want to send 5 players to Ukraine to either come out 5th to 8th, where you get nothing for it apart from the exposure, but you don't get out of group stages, so you play 2 games, 3 games. Of in group stages, and you don't get out. So actually, even though it might be a financial thing with the company, it might just be that they might be plateauing. But actually, I think it's a smarter decision to have 4 teams there. But you will get a better tournament if you have 8 teams at the LAN finals, just because you're going to get more games. Mingos, what you're doing on the keyboard? I'll save her. You love that keyboard. Look at you.
I just think it's surprising because I thought Vilat said that like for the last season they're gonna have more money and they're gonna be able to bring in all the teams and whatever and whatnot. But maybe it was for next year. I don't know. I don't remember really. It was like before DreamHack. He said
Could be
it
for
for
Q1.
season 3.
Well, we'll see. But the last games for the are going to be December the 11th, apparently.
It's today. A few hours ago. And
Yeah.
that's
Just
why we
finished.
know the 4 teams.
Yeah. So make sure you go back in time if you want to see those, or just check out the VODs. But yeah, okay. So let's get into the player changes in Dota 2. There's lots going on. First of all, is Team Liquid announced its Dota 2 squad, which is Bulba, IX Mike, Fluff, Korok, and TC. A great pickup for the team and also the team of players, and also Team Liquid. And I got to fuck with Hotbid a little bit, which I was super happy about.
How does that happen?
Because
No,
basically
no.
we figured out they were joining before they were joining, but we can't tell anybody, right? Because Weppas was like talking on Skype or playing a game, and I think Bulba came on and was asking another one of players like, what Razor gear should I ask for? And then,
Sam.
Huh?
I love Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like
so he
3
was
or 4 weeks
asking, like,
ago.
what Razor gear should I ask for? And then Weppas was like, I just heard, he's like, who's sponsored by Razor? We're like, it's probably Team Liquids. And we're like, oh yeah, they could be joining Team Liquids. So I came down to my Skype, where I just messaged Hotbit, and I was like, oh, congratulations on your Dota 2 team, by the way. They're a really nice bunch of guys. He completely was like, what the fuck? So he was like, no comment. And I was like, you dumbass, just gave it away. Detective Weppas and Too Good have now got it right. So we weren't allowed to tell anybody. But we didn't know the whole team roster, but we knew.
Well, we knew because we knew the A team was going to get picked up.
But cool. That was fun to mess with Hotbit. And then so it's a pretty amazing pickup. Like Team Liquid is someone that you definitely want to play for if you get a chance to be professional in esports. They've already been invited to a decent amount of tournaments, and they're debuting in the defense, I believe. Is that they're going to be their first tournament?
Last Sunday they played their first game against.
And they won.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the hardest game though, was it?
No, it was against the Brazilian team, I think.
Okay. But how far do you think that team's going to go? Detective Web?
I don't know. They got potential. They got really good players on that team, and it's going to be interesting to see because they got a dynamic 1-2-3. So Boba, TC, and Korok are going to play, like, depending on what heroes they pick. If they pick, say, Tinker, Boba's going to play that mid. If they pick TA, Korok is going to play that mid, and pick Syllabear, TC is always going to play that, or Tiny, TC is always going to play that. So they're just going to swap around who's going to be hard carry, mid, and off lane, depending on what heroes they pick and how the draft looks.
So they have a lot of variety to the team. They have a lot of options open to them when they do.
But you still know how the lanes are going to be because you know what heroes different people play anyway. So going up against the draft, people will know, like, yeah, well, now we're going to have this player mid, and he plays like this, most likely. But it's still going to be fun to see, and I think they can go far if they can just stick together. And with a sponsor like Liquid, I don't think they'll disband anytime soon because it's
too good to be
quite
true,
a big sponsor and not big in, like, I don't know how much money they put in, but it's a big, like, name sponsor having Team Liquid.
Yeah, a lot of responsibilities, I think, for those players joining that team. Draskyl, were you surprised about the announcement? Were you excited? Did you give a shit?
I thought it was a pretty good team. Obviously, you have 3 members of Old Complexity, and then you have some members of Quantic, obviously, joining, or EG. It's going to be a really strong roster regardless. The one thing I'm curious about is, like Weppas said, they have a very versatile team in terms of what roles they can play, but I'm pretty sure that in most games, Bulba was actually off-laning for them, and then they just had TC obviously playing carry role, and then Korok probably going to be mid. My question is, North American teams have a habit of basically not sticking together, so I have my worries there because a couple of the players have been team hopping for quite a while, and I think if they can make it through 6 months to a year and be able to actually establish themselves before the 3rd International, which is important because I feel like they still have a necessary amount of time to prepare to be able to get an invite or maybe even qualify if they're going to run the same qualification they did last year. I think it's going to be a very, very strong North American team, maybe even one of the best, if not the best, if they can just manage to kind of keep things going, because individual skill-wise, I'd say they probably have the best team in North America for their individual roles.
It always seems to be the same sort of thing, though, with Dota 2, or at least the Dota 2 teams. It's like, after the International, fucking chaos. And then up until like 3 months before the tournament, and then you're kind of just like, okay, just stay together, stay together, stay together. So, all right. Well, I mean, it's still, we just have to wait and see, I guess. It's a bit of a shame, that, really. It's kind of exciting to see that we finally have, like, what looks to be, as you say, like, one of the best teams. But you still have this kind of weight in the bottom of your stomach going, like, I just hope they don't fucking split. Like, if only they could stick together. It seems like Dota 2, or a lot of the Dota 2 teams, you just wish that they could actually kind of find that cement to make everything fucking work for them already. Rather than just constantly switching around. Mingles. You can't see her face, but she's got this look on her face going like, James, what the fuck are you doing, man?
James has been playing Beastmaster a lot.
She doesn't like it if I her over here or she's in a playful mood. Calm down. No, she'd be like, now she's gonna eat me, and then she's like, fuck off. I'm a cat.
She's like, I'm stuck under the screen. Help me out.
Yeah,
She's got no
stuck
traction, man.
She
under
can't
the
turn,
screen.
so she's
got no
like,
traction, her
how
little
am I
back feet were,
supposed
like,
to
going.
leave? Yeah, another thing with the Liquid sponsor as well that I know from before was that, like talking to Bumblebee quite a long time ago when they announced that they were going into the Dota 2 coverage and stuff, was like, yeah, they're gonna pick up a team, but they want to wait and see to see teams stabilize, as well as really trying to find a team that they know can be number one. And I think that, like, just that shows that they've actually been thinking through this quite a lot and will probably do everything
Make the commitment.
to make sure that they'll be able to stay together and hopefully make everything the best possible.
None of these
training
players have
situations and
school
stuff
or
like
anything like that, right?
Oh, I'm sure some of them have other commitments. That's one of the problems is we always kind of put other things before Dota, and you really have to practice all the time, especially if you want to compete with some of the Chinese teams, especially going into the international. LGD, for an example, they have players from North America, they have players from Europe, and people always kind of ask the question, well, given the same circumstance, can they actually compete with the best? And there's more news, I think. I don't know if we went over it yet today, but we had LGD and beat out LGD China inside of a tournament in a best-of-3 setting, and they were actually up pretty significantly, and then LGD managed to come back a couple of games to China, of course. And
best of 5 even.
International ended up edging them out. I feel like it's the kind of same thing for a team like Team Liquid now that they've picked up a real team. If they get a house and they manage to play together, then you obviously can have the results. That's the most important thing, is being able to get that communication on a consistent basis, play together, live together, and you'll be a much, much better team.
Yeah, I wonder how many team houses are going to pop up over the next couple of months for Dota 2, just because
Next year,
the people need that competitive edge going into the international. Okay, so that is Team Liquid's new Dota 2 roster, so keep an eye on them. And I believe Team Liquid have their own site, which is it teamliquidpro.com or net, sorry, as opposed to Team Liquid.
Yeah, I
Seems
think
like
so, and that's where you
So
can see the roster.
If you want to see sexy pictures of mustaches, you probably will find them there. Next on the agenda for player changes, major changes to the We Has Asians roster. Danish players depart, replaced by former MTW German players.
And that's not true with the former MTW
It's not
German
true.
players. No.
Weppas,
Well,
tell us what
Metabi
is
wrote
true.
down. Well, it's German players, but it's not former MTW players.
Okay.
Pretty much. It's Pimpalicious, Koikwa, and Atsi that are joining We As Asians, and Crit, Hip Hop Not Pop, and Unicorn XOXO, I think his name was, is the 3 Danish people leaving the team.
Okay.
And it's pretty much because they had different goals or whatever and other commitments, and some people wanted to go inactive, and they've been trying out with Koikwa, Atsi, and Pimpalicious for a while, and they decided to pick them up.
All right. We'll leave it at that. But they've got a whole German roster now. Next, Impetus, Brazilian esports organization, picks up a Dota 2 team. They were the team that actually played against...
Team Liquid.
I've upset her. I wasn't petting her enough. She's gone to the dark side. They were the team that played against Team Liquid. Apparently they're 3 from Argentina, 2 from Brazil. But it'd be pretty interesting to see how next Impetus do as an organization. Brazil actually had one of the top esport teams a long time ago, made in Brazil, which was just CS. I mean, they were a bunch of fucking cheaters, you know, like literally. Dude, fuck that team, man. When they were playing ESWC 2005 or 4 or 6 finals, there was this moment against Fnatic, right? And this guy is in B-bomb site on Inferno, and he's like looking over here, right? There's no way he knows where this guy is, right? It's forest or something behind like a box on B-bomb site. And one of the Brazilian girls, fucking from the female team, shouts out something in Brazilian. Really? And then all of a sudden, he's like, grenade! And the grenade kills Forrest, and it was like a spot where you would never throw a grenade. And I was like, fucking Brazilian cheaters. And then they came, and then they came over to like a girl gamer house a long time ago, and some laptops went missing. But apparently it wasn't actually them, it was some Swedish guys, but no one knew. But the fact is, yeah. Stereotypes. Being racist. But this next Impetus team, they're good guys. So we'll see how that goes. Because it'd be interesting to see if we can get a big organization again back in Brazil. I'm leaving it at that. Huh?
They got 3 Brunos on their
3
team.
Brunos. Can't go wrong.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Guys from Argentina.
3 guys named Bruno.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Argentinians. I didn't read it, but whatever. So keep an eye out for next Impetus. So it's pretty cool that they've got a team playing from out there, because Dota is actually really big in that area. Former Navi player and TI1 winner Art Style is returned to play Dota 2. He's going to be playing in the Asus tournament with a lineup of Solo, Art Style, Medjev, Sharkith, and Dread is back. Fucking names, man. Wishing them the best of luck. Good job, guys. Thanks. What?
I want to just...
No one cares. Come on. Do you guys care?
Well,
You
my
look
art style
short, Jazz. You look
art
short.
style
on
is-
that one. I'm really thinking about it. I'm like,
Wait.
art style. Does anyone? No, I'm sorry. I
He's
really
been
tried for
retiring
that
back
one.
and forth for like
My question
Yeah,
would
exactly.
have
year now,
been...
so it's
Well,
like
For experts, my question would have been, how long do you give his new team? Is he going to break his record of 2 weeks?
It's possible, I guess.
Yeah?
well, they
anything
have a
is
Should we
team.
make bets on that? I would want somebody to make odds
I
on
just
bets on
woke up. Give me
on
a
that
fucking
DigiBet
break.
site.
I'm trying to get through the fucking news as quickly as possible because I want a cigarette and I want a glass of Coke. But yeah, Art Style has been kind of hopping around for a little bit, so we'll see what this team does. But this is meant to be the next couple of months where people really kind of solidify their teams going into the international. So if he's serious, Art Style, with this team, you'll see him stick around for a while. But the Aces tournament is actually, I believe, run at the same place as Star Ladder, which is in Kiev at the Cyber Arena Cafe. She's gone mental over there now.
She's fucking. I can't use my mouse anymore. She's like attacking the cable.
Okay, so we'll see what happens. All right, next on the news. N9 has just been invaded. What?
No, picked up.
What is this?
Picked up by the...
Picked
N9
up.
got
Oh, that's
picked
the
up by
title. That's the
Invasion
cool title of it. Goes to gamers.net. Sorry, guys. So N9 have been picked up by invaded. Explain it.
Well, that was the old Absolute Legends roster before they got let go for the newer one that Come With Me and Bambo actually just left. So prior to that, they had pretty much an all-Australian team. And here, Scriff walking down to the studio. Such a nice guy. You never do that for me, Scriff.
Seriously, only James, huh?
Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, the roster, in my opinion, has potential, but I'm not sure how good their performance is actually going to be because they do have new players, and obviously you got to work on your synergy. You need to make sure that the team kind of meshes well. And before the International 2, the old Absolute Legends / N9 had some internal issues, like pretty bad ones. I talked to Snoopy beforehand, and he was telling me a little bit about it. But if they can manage to field a stable team, then I think they're going to have potential.
There you have it.
Yeah, we'll see. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the rest of AL, Come With Me, and also Sexy Bambo.
I know that's the thing.
Oh, it's on the last bit.
Well, we kind of knew that was happening. There's no surprise there. They just wanted to go to DreamHack, right? And it was kind of just like, we're
Yeah.
joining AL to
Yeah.
go to DreamHack.
So Come With Me and
Yeah.
Bambo leave AL.
That didn't last long.
Yeah. And that's cool. And yeah, so that's all the changes, really. That's a shame. But people are asking about Sing Sing. To let you guys know.
Has
Looks,
anybody seen him today?
Yeah, he's
Sing's upstairs, yeah. He's fucking blind. Like, when he doesn't got his glasses
still
on.
blind? Still not
It's in
blind.
like
Yeah.
5 centimeters.
When he doesn't have his glasses on, he can't play Dota 2 because he can't see the minimap properly. So he doesn't know what's going on. So he just walks into like, it's really funny watching him because like, you think he's really good because he can win his lane and stuff. And then all of a sudden he's like, just walks into 3 people and he's like, what the fuck? Where'd they come from? And it's like, so, but yeah, we're talking to Singh and it looks like he's putting together a plan to put a team together, basically. So there's no final details on that, but it looks pretty good, and I guess if he sorts it out by the time he's here, we might be able to bring him on to announce it, but we're never not doing any shows. So whatever.
To wrap up this Dota, let's do the countdown things in Dota.
We got 2 more things.
Oh, wait, what?
We've got 2 more things.
Where?
Tournament results. Well, I guess we mentioned it earlier. It was the GST and LGD won against China in the best of 5 finals. They dropped 2 games in the whole tournament, and that was in the finals against LGD China. No, they played 2-1 against MUFC or something like that.
That was a winner bracket, right?
Yeah, they went through the whole winner bracket into finals, and they played really well. And you can see that just like Western players in the Chinese, like just Chinese training house is
something in the
enough because they're on the same skill level. It's just that the teams
that's what everyone
better
said.
with China. It's like what was it? Then they posted on Twitter that the only difference between Western teams and Chinese teams are that Western teams got 5 really strong players, and Chinese teams are like 1 strong player because they all play together and they play like.
Fuck, man, that's so deep.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was fucking.
Dendy's so deep.
I didn't know if that was a troll or not. If that was actually Dendy's account or not, because it was like ultra deep. And
but
it's still like that.
But
they
it makes
play
sense
perfect
because
together in team
it's
fights
basically
and
saying that when you guys watch it and we talk to other pros about it, it's just like their team coordination and fights are just so much better than what we have over here. So skill level wise, I'm sure that the Europeans and the Americans will be able to catch up if they take it seriously, get in a LAN house. You don't need to be in China. And we'll see how that happens. So, the end of our Dota 2 segment, we've learnt many things that I should maybe wake up earlier before the show. But if you're interested in watching some tournaments, you've got obviously the EG raid call is going to be starting in December.
It's actually already supposed to have started.
It's already supposed to have been started.
Any day now.
I haven't gotten any messages, so I'm assuming.
Draskyl normally commentates it with AC, so hopefully that's going to happen again. And then the Asia is going to be a LAN tournament in Malaysia between the 22nd and 23rd, and also the Star Ladder is going to be on the 20th to 23rd of December as well. So you've got 2 LANs, a really good online cup, and you've also got Join Dota, the defense happening as well. So you've got loads of Dota for December. Huh?
SMM starts on Thursday.
And what's SMM?
The big Singaporean tournament, like that was one of the biggest Dota 1 tournaments, I believe, outside of China or something. And Toby's
never forget.
Toby's been casting it for a while. Was it?
Is that a Killimilkis incident tournament?
What?
Yeah, wasn't it?
I don't know if that
What
was
do you mean
actually
Kelly
SMM.
Milky's
He went on a
incident?
huge
You know,
rant
I think
about
it
it,
was
though.
SMM.
Was it
I think it was
SMM?
SMM.
Yeah, I think so.
Tell us.
The all-knowing chat.
Holy shit. Okay, also, by the way, Dota 2 was nominated under the PC Games of the Year on PC Gamer 2012. Let's have a look at my screen.
And esports of the year as well.
It was. They've got an esport thing of the year now.
Yeah. So game of the year.
Game of the year. Okay, Dota 2, Dishonored, Mass Effect 3, PlanetSide, The Walking Dead, Tribes Ascent, Exile Enemy Unknown. Okay. Strategy. Yeah. MMO. Yeah. Don't care. It's RPG. Yeah. SP shooter. What's that? What's SP? Single player.
No, Borderlands has multiplayer.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what it means.
yeah, but
it's
it
under
is
single
SP.
player.
It's also a single player game, Trans. It's also
Yeah, but it's mostly based on a single player campaign.
What's in multiplayer?
Hawken, has that even been released?
I don't know.
I don't think it has. That's the one. Okay, whatever. Esports. Oh, look.
It's like 3 games.
There's a picture of Puppy.
In DPM.
Yeah.
But you can't see it.
That's it, guys. If your game's not here, you're officially not an esport. 'Cause you didn't even get
Dead
fucking
games.
nominated.
Should remove StarCraft that game.
Dota 2, League of Legends, and StarCraft 2 already can't take this seriously. Mod, Daisy is there, probably win. Adventure. I've never played The Walking Dead.
I heard it's really good though.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then Simulator.
Oh,
Where's Train Simulator? This is rigged.
But we got Euro Truck to
Fuck you,
try
PC
out.
Gamer. But that's really big, actually, just having esports on here. Like the esport game of the year, that's
Yeah,
huge.
PC Gamer is a big.
Yeah. So that's cool. There's 186 comments up there. Everyone's like, what is esports? But it's really good. The education, not the education, but the exposure esports is getting in the mainstream, it has been really good. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. It's publicity. All right, we're done with our Dota 2 segment.
I guess.
I can go back to sleep. Yay.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah. You've been up how long now? You were up. What time did you wake up last night?
Oh man, I don't even remember. I know I went to bed today at like 3 o'clock, and then I just opened my eyes and trance is like looming over me. It's like, hey, we have a show in 10 minutes. We're doing Dota first. I'm like, no. But here I am. Because of you guys, I'm here basically.
I did thought you were going to sleep. I didn't think anyone was going to wake you up, man. I would have totally let you sleep. Who woke you up?
It's fine.
Trans.
Trans, you're an ass.
Dude, whatever it was.
Did you knock on my shower as well?
Yes, I did.
It really put me
It's
off.
all your fault for being late.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Fucking fix your sleeping schedule.
Fix your sleeping schedule.
By the way, I love this Newman photo. It's very good.
Where's the Newman photo?
Somebody linked it in chat.
Oh wait, there's a status from Malk.
No, it's about, oh yeah, we've reached over 9,000 followers.
Oh yeah, he posted about us.
Yay, Malk. Good guy,
You're a
Malk.
boss.
Gets 5,000 followers, sends people to us, and we get 9,000. We got 9,000 followers already
We're
on
over
the Good
9,008.
Studio
We're
account.
over
Yeah,
9,000.
we did.
9,008.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Boom.
Okay.
Newman pick.
Where's the
Where's the
Newman?
Newman?
Oh yeah,
I'm
one thing
looking.
we haven't.
Oh, okay.
One thing we haven't mentioned in the Dota 2, they reposted the schedules up on Ghost Gamer for G League.
Jesus. Alright, cool. Okay, so, sorry about I'm not really going to apologize for anything, but a very disorganized but entertaining for me show. You guys kept me awake. It was brilliant. When we come back, we're going to go into StarCraft 2. We're going to have Adebisi come on. I don't know who he's with.
What?
Well, should we bring Scriff on?
Yeah.
For what? Oh.
Because we never have
I don't
Scriff
know.
on.
Make him earn
We
his
should-
keep.
Yeah,
around
make
here.
him do something.
Yeah.
Even though he did
Doctor.
technically help you put the studio together
Yeah, he did help me.
while I was in Dreamland. But let's bring Scriff on. Right, we're bringing on the Scriff people for the second stage of the show. And he's pretty talkative. So stay tuned.